Now, there is a problem with vanilla CSS. The problem is that if somewhere else we have another style sheet where we have a CSS class with the same name, we're going to run into clashes. Let me show you an example. So let's go to app.css and define a CSS class with the same name. Now we're going to give this a background of red. Next, we need to import this in app.tsx. So here we import app.css. Now back to the browser. Look what happened. We ran into clashes. This is the problem that CSS modules try to solve. A CSS module is a CSS file in which all class names are scoped locally, just like a JavaScript module. So they allow us to use the same CSS class name in different files without worrying about name clashes. Let me show you how we can use them. The first step is to rename this file and add the word module in the file name. Make sure to spell it properly. So listgroup.module.css. Okay. Next, we go to our TypeScript file and update our reference. But we should also change our import statement and import styles from this file, just like how we import an object from a JavaScript or a TypeScript file. So now styles is just a regular JavaScript object that has all the classes we have defined in this file. Every CSS class we have defined here is going to be a property on that object. Now, back to our markup. Over here, we're going to remove the quotations and add braces. And here we type styles.list-group. Now we get a compilation error because here we have a hyphen, and hyphen is not a valid property name in JavaScript or TypeScript. So we cannot access this property using the dot notation. Instead, we have to use square brackets. So we add square brackets and type the property name, list-group. Now, look, the conflict is gone. But let me show you how this works. It's really interesting. So I'm going to right click on one of these items and inspect it. Here's our UL. Look at the class name. It's not list group, it's encoded. So as part of bundling our application, Vite takes all the CSS modules and creates unique CSS classes for us. So we never have to worry about name clashes anymore. Now, this syntax when working with CSS modules is a little bit ugly. So quite often when using CSS modules, we prefer to use the camel notation. So instead of using hyphens here, we use the camel notation. So the first word is in lowercase, but for every word after, we should capitalize the first letter. With that, we can access this property just like a regular JavaScript object. Now, what if you want to add multiple classes here, just like how we have multiple classes for our list items? Well, let's go back to our CSS module and add another class, let's say container. I'm going to give this a background of yellow. Now, let's say we want to add two CSS classes here. So instead of passing a single object, we wrap this in an array and add a second class. So styles.container. Unfortunately, at the time of recording this video, we don't get auto-completion here. So here we have an array. Now we can call the join method on the array and join all of these using a space like this.